Hey guys, welcome back to the Chan. Okay, today we're about to install this beautiful closure wig on one of my best friends for her graduation picture day. We're about to slay this unit, as you can see from the customization already. My friend is about to be a graduate. I'm so proud of her. It has been a long journey, and only who have been in college or university and actually survived through the 4 years can really understand the joy and the fulfillment that you feel on your graduation day. As you can see, we're just cutting the lace here. I prefer to use the razors to cut the lace because it gives it more of a jagged edge so that it looks more natural when blended. Remember, it's a closure wig, it's not a frontal, so we have to put in a little bit more effort for it to look frontal like or give scalp without looking boxy, right? Guys, excuse my voice, I should have said that from the beginning because I am not well, but I am still trying to push out videos because 2023 we are what? Consistent babes, period. We are consistent through the rain, through the sickness. We are married to this YouTube game, okay? So here I am using a mix of two foundations to apply to the lace to ensure that the lace matches her skin tone. As you can see, the lace is super white. This is actually a Swiss lace, but I don't be liking these Swiss lace that some of these vendors be having, because why can't the Swiss lace be given HD? You do have a really good Swiss lace out there, but sometimes it's very hard to find. So I'm just applying the makeup on the lace portion of the wig to ensure that the lace matches her skin tone and blends in perfectly. Okay, so here's the wig back on. As you know, my favorite glue right now is the Wonder Lace Ebin lace glue. It's in active, and I'm applying 2 layers and allowing it to dry. As I said in my previous videos, do not be alarmed by this blue tint that you see. I don't know why it gives off that blue tint, but it does. Once it's completely dried, it turns clear and it is okay for you to go ahead and put on the wig now, right? So I'm just gently sliding the wig onto her forehead, ensuring that it's aligned, it's centered, and all of those little small pieces. You know, when you're putting on a wig, you always have those little flaps and stuff. I don't know if it's me alone, but I hate them. Those little flaps on the wig that refuse to stick down. Ensure that all of them are down, and just use your comb to press that lace into the skin. And once that lace is pressed perfectly into the skin, it should be giving scalp, okay? And you're about to see in 1 second. Here you can see it melting flawlessly. I did proceed to tie down the hairline for about 5 minutes with an elastic band, and now I'm just making some baby hairs. They are not minimal, but they're not too dramatic at the same time. Because, you know, my girl got a little forehead, so you gotta make the baby hairs match, okay? So I'm just proceeding to cut the baby hairs with a razor. I prefer to use that. Then it gives a jagged edge as well, so it gives like almost like this. It's almost like you're feathering the baby hairs, because the scissors would just give you one clean cut across. The razor give you like a little feather look that I like. So for baby hairs, I like to comb the hair forward first, press it down as flat as possible, and then begin to make that C curl. I like to begin to make the C curl from the end going towards the front, if that makes sense. And remember to also apply that mousse on the rest of the hair, going back to ensure that it lays flat when you tie it down, and give it a nice spray, not too much. I'm using the Ebin lace spray as well. This spray is the truth, okay? Now let's get into makeup, my favorite part. I don't know. I have been out of touch with makeup for a while, but now I'm beginning to fall in love with it again. As you know, my tried and true Maybelline Superstay foundation. I mixed two shades for her. I believe Java and another shade. I'm not sure what the shade is, but I'll definitely have it in the description box below. I'm just proceeding to blend the foundation into her skin. Remember, we don't swipe, we pat in to get that flawless look because she does have acne and scarring, so we don't want to swipe the makeup on her face. It will defeat the purpose of the coverage and also leave patches, if that makes sense. Once we have this all flawlessly blended out, yes, okay, we can move on to concealers. And for concealer, I preferably like to use the e.l.f. concealer. That's the hydrating one, and the Superstay foundation in a shade 1 or 2 lighter than her. I don't remember the shade name, but as I said, what name I don't mention here will be in the description box below. Guys, I have tried the e.l.f. mattifying concealer. That's the 16-hour matte camo concealer. I do not like the finish of that concealer. If you are not careful, or if you're not used to handling super mattifying products, it will dry out on you and it will give you a really hard time to blend. So if you are a beginner and you just like a satin finish but still full coverage, I would recommend that if you're going to try out the e.l.f. concealers, to use the hydrating camo concealer, even if it is that you have oily skin. Cause child, let me tell you, that concealer was giving me a run for my money, because I like to let my concealer sit, and it was not plain. When I said that's a good thing that it didn't budge, but it needs to budge a little bit so that you're able to blend it out. Like, I like the fact that it is full coverage and that when you place it, it stays. But if you don't work fast, it will dry out so fast on you. It's not even funny, okay? So now I am using 2 brushes to blend out the concealer, and I always blend from the darkest shade concealer to the lightest shade, so it's like you're moving inwards to your face. I'm using I don't even know the name of this brush. I haven't done this in such a long time. I'm going to be really honest with you guys, but all the names of these brushes will be in the description box below. Y'all know sometimes I have memory loss, if that's what you call it, but I haven't done this in so long. I've just been doing makeup on myself, and I rarely ever do it because I just haven't had the time. I just haven't been going anywhere to do it. So excuse me once again if I forget the name of some of these brushes. I am using my Sasha setting powder to set her under eyes. It is not the shade Banana, it's the shade darker than Banana. Because she's darker complexion. If she was lighter, I would have used Banana, but not in this case, because we do not want that super bright under eye for graduation pictures. We still want to keep it full coverage, but not too in your face at the same time, because remember, your graduation picture must still somewhat looks like you, right? So I'm just going in and setting. With setting, I always do 2 light layers at first, and then I just pack some powder on to catch any flyaways that I will have from doing eyeshadow. I'm just adding a little blush here, a little red blush mixed with an orange blush, just to rose up her face, add some color to her face. I already added bronzer, I just did not include it, and here I did her brows off camera. So for eyeshadow, we're going for this really like sunset look, but not really sunset. For the transition colors, I want to keep them warm. I want orange, so I'm just building up a orangish brown color in her crease towards the outer part of her eye primarily. I'm just building that up, and then I will be blending it out with a soft brown just to give it some depth. but not too much, because I really want to keep the eyeshadow look light, because again, it's a graduation picture. It's not like a dinner or something where you can go super heavy with the makeup, right? So as you can see, there's a little brown there in the crease, but not too much, because I'm going to go back in and add some more. I'm just using a extremely light brown to blend out the transitions, and I'm going back in with the brown to deepen up her crease. Alright, so here we're using the same concealer, the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, to prime the section of her eyelids that we're going to add the lighter shadows. I will be going in with some pink matte shadows first, and then I'll be adding shimmer on top. I did not show the shimmer part of this video because we had some technical difficulties, okay? Yes, when you're filming with children at home, things always go left. So I added this really light baby pink matte shadow on her eyelids, and then I went in with a light baby pink glitter shadow as well, just to give the look some glow. Right between the baby pink shadow and the brown, I did add a really nice pink to give it a really nice transition, and just to give the look a little girly touch, if that makes sense. To me, it gave it a little girly touch. I did give her a black wing liner and line her lower lashes with black eyeliner off camera, and this is the final look. I lined her lips with a brown liner and just some simple pink gloss, and we're adding a clear gloss on top of that. She has really nice, beautiful, juicy lips, so we want to accentuate those lips and let them pop and be the star of the show, okay? This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.